Should a person be prosecuted for cyberbullying a young girl who is on her deathbed? We'll discuss that right here on this episode of Real Talk. Guys, and welcome to the first installment of Real Talk with David. Sorry this took me so long to kick this off, but as you can see from behind me, I'm still in my house because it is very cold and the little place that I shoot outside. So bear with the scenery for now, and as it gets warmer here in good old Southern California, the scenery will improve, and then we'll get back to the standard of videos I like to produce, which if you guys have seen my channel before, my other channels, you know how that is. Alright, anyway, let's talk about the topic that I said at the beginning. Should a person be prosecuted if they are bullying a child? Now, this is not just any child. Now, if you haven't heard this story, Dr. Phil just aired this story on Monday concerning a girl named Katheleen Edwards who is 9 years of age. Now, what makes this case so special, because, you know, everybody's like, oh, people's all up in there about cyberbullying and blah, blah, blah. But let's talk about why this case is so special and why I ask if a person should be prosecuted. Katheleen Edwards is a 9-year-old girl who suffers from Huntington's disease, a very deadly disease that attacks the brain. However, it is also hereditary. So she lost her mother in 2009 to this very same disease. Now let's roll this back 2 years from now. Let's go back to 2010. Katheleen Edwards and her family had a neighbor by the name of Jennifer Petkoff. Now for some odd reason, Jennifer Petkoff was upset and mad because of the fact that she felt that the child's grandmother had snubbed her child. Okay, she didn't feel that the child, her son, had gotten invited to a birthday party or whatever, so she set out to make their life miserable. So the only way that they felt they could do this was to make fun and upload pictures to Facebook of their dead daughter and to taunt for the death of the granddaughter, the 9-year-old baby girl, Katheleen. Now what they did is they went on to Facebook and they uploaded a picture of, that they photoshopped. So they took a picture of Kathleen's mother, who is now deceased again. They photoshopped this so where she was in the arms of the Grim Reaper. Then they turned around and released a photo on the same page of Katheleen, the 9-year-old child, right above some crossbones. They also had made light of the fact that they had made a coffin. They have driven by up and down the street with this coffin, yelling for her death. They have asked their son, and pardon me for the phrase, I'm quoting as she said it, which I feel is highly offensive myself, but they asked their son, do you want to go to a retard school? They made fun of this child up until the time that she died. Sadly, Katheleen lost her battle with Huntington's disease just 2 weeks ago. And her father, of course, was devastated. According to him on the Dr. Phil show, Katheleen woke up the day that she died for about half an hour. And I guess he had her go back to sleep and she never woke up. Now, I don't know if any of you guys know me from my other channel, but I have personally myself dealt with a lot of cyberbullying. I'm also an advocate against cyberbullying, and I am, of course, one of those people who signs every petition that comes across my desk for it to stop. But this is relentless. You have a child who only had 2 years to live, but you didn't know that. But you did know that she was dying from this disease, and you set out to make her life a living hell for the 2 years that she did have left. The thing that I'm most proud about this story is that, according to the aunt of Katheleen, they was able to shelter her from all of this. So Katheleen never knew that any of this stuff was going on, and they said that she had that her last 2 years of her life was the best 2 years that they could give her, and they knew that she was happy when she passed. Now, Jennifer Petkoff and her husband has had protection orders filed against them, so they can't really go near anybody. Again, the sad thing is these guys are neighbors, but more sadly than that, they also used to be best friends until Jennifer felt the need that she had to go and do this because she felt like her son was not invited to a party. Matter of fact, Kathleen's mother's house was directly across the street, And even though she has passed away, they still own that house. So sometimes the grandmother, Kathleen's grandmother, goes over to the house and wants to hang out, but she hears them come out on the porch and yell and scream things like, "Your daughter's dead. We can't wait for your granddaughter to die." They release statements that said things like, and I'm only going to give you a couple of them because they're really disturbing, but things like, "We're going to have a party tonight because somebody's going to die," all the way up to what they wanted to go and pretty much defecate on the grave. I mean, this is just sick. And this is not coming from a child. This is the thing. This is coming from an over 30-year-old woman who had a grudge against an adult and decided to take it out on this child who was dying. So in my personal opinion, and I don't know if you guys share this opinion with me, but if you do, let me know. But in my personal opinion, she should be prosecuted to the fullest level of the law, and she should be put away. Because if this child would have known about this kind of thing, maybe it probably would have aided in killing her sooner than when she died. However, the family still had to go and face a whole lot of anguish, and they still do. Kathleen's grandmother has said that she has not been able to grieve for her daughter and her granddaughter properly because of the antics that Jennifer Petkoff and her husband is doing. Now, Jennifer sat on this stage babbling and crying and so on about how sorry that she was, and it was dumb that she did it, but she didn't want to take full responsibility for everything that was done. In my opinion, I agree with Kathleen's family. I think she's only sorry because she's sitting in front of millions of people in the media, and this is what she wants to tell the camera. She wants to look like she's sympathetic. But if you do this for 2 whole years, and you know this child is dying, you would knock that off if you were sorry. You don't wait till the child is dead and then come back and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize." No. I think she should be prosecuted. Furthermore, I think the family should sue them for some kind of grievance. Now, they know this is going on because the family started recording every move that they make. And so now that they did that, the Petkoffs decided they're going to record everything they do too, so they have some leverage to say, "We didn't do this or we didn't do that." But the damage has already been done. They've already released video, or they've already done an interview with the news crew where they're yelling and screaming that they did all of this because they know that it gets up underneath the grandmother and it chaps her hide. Intentional. If this is intentional like it is, I think that they should be not only jailed but civilly sued to the fullest extent of the law. I think they should collect damages for cruelty, for pain and suffering, and all of that. So let me know what you guys think down here below. Drop me some comments and let me know, do you think that a person who does this to a child, again, a child, here's her family is involved in this, but this was an attack directly on the child. Do you think they should be jailed? Do you think they should be civilly sued? And do you agree with me and think that this is the sickest thing in the whole world that could be done to a child over the internet? Let me know what you guys think. Well, thank you for tuning into this episode of Real Talk with David, and we're going to catch you guys the next time. Remember, if it's not real, it's not worth saying.